Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Tengen. He doesn't actually drink a lot, but he does party every now and then. And this party was one of with his co-workers, and you've decided to stay at home, even though he had told you multiple times that you could come along and join in. But you wanted them to have fun, and you didn't know them very well. So you decided that maybe today was just not the day. So, you stayed at home, only for him to come back very late at night, with his cheeks flushed, and you could already tell that he was drinking. A lot. Tengen, just how much did you drink? You say, looking at him in amusement. Sure, you were tired, and a little bit sleepy, but it was always amusing when you got like this. You've only seen it happen twice, and you knew what would follow. He would get extremely clingy and would not want to leave your side, and you would have to be the one taking care of him. But you didn't mind that, because in the morning, you were certainly going to mind it. The way he would be so fussy after a hangover. So for now, you just enjoyed the cute moment that the two of you shared. You helped him to the room and sat him down on the bed, about to help him take off his shoes, before he just wrapped his arms around you and pulled you onto his lap. Come on, Ryan. There's no need. We'll just do this later, he said, already leaning in to press a soft kiss to your cheek while you laughed softly. Ease up, Tengen. Come on. We have the whole night for each other. But I need to get the shoes off. You're not going to get on the bed with your shoes on. You tell him, looking at him like he was ridiculous. He stared at you for a couple moments, his eyes wide, and he looked completely clueless before he nodded, and you couldn't help but laugh again and shake your head as you bent down to remove his shoes. This was certainly about to be a very amusing night, and you were all up to see it. Michiro. Actually. Well, it was the first time for him to drink, as he was never really into drinking, not to mention. He joined the Hashiras at a really young age, so no wonder that things would be different for him. And it took many parties until he was old enough to drink himself. But for you, well, this was the first time you've ever seen him party, and it was certainly something. Him drinking a couple of glasses. After all, it was his first time being allowed to party in such a way, and it seems like he wanted to take full advantage of it, which was sweet, but also dangerous. And considering that Gyu had to help you go home, it certainly was more on the dangerous side of things, and you ended up helping him to his bed, while letting out a soft sigh. But before you could go do something else, Michiro grabbed onto your arm. Ryan, please don't leave, he begged you, holding you close, and you just sighed while watching him. Michiro, I need to get some things done, and then I will join you. I swear it. But he was not convinced, not at all. Instead, he held on to you, and you found yourself eventually just feeling like maybe there was no use resisting, going into his arms and stroking his hair gently. You really are tiresome when you're drunk. Maybe you should be glad you don't do it a lot, you say softly, and he's completely clueless to your words, just nodding along to whatever you say as you hold him in your arms. He was very certainly a lightweight, and the whole drinking a lot thing that happened that night, it did not help with that at all. But this would certainly be a warning for next time. However, he knew that the hangover would be quite awful and torturous in the morning. But that was something for tomorrow to worry about. Not now. Now you just had to figure out how you were going to sleep, with him holding you like a koala, which was definitely sweet, but not very helpful sleep-wise. Rengaku. Now, Rengaku actually, he's not really one for drinking a lot, but he does do so, at least occasionally. He does it every once in a while, and he does not expect you to really just be into it or like it. But actually, you like drinking along with him. But today, he was drinking a lot. Perhaps he just wasn't in the mood for doing that. Maybe he had too much fun. Maybe he didn't realize how much he was drinking until it was too late, and he was very, very drunk. "Who are you?" he said, looking at you and gesturing around. "Where's Ryan?" He started asking about you while you were right in front of him. You're looking sad and frowning, telling you to stop touching him because he does not want another woman touching him, especially if you're not Ryan. You couldn't help but keep laughing as you just led him to the bed and held him in your arms gently, kissing his cheek. "It'll be okay, Rengaku, I promise. Now stop fussing, and how about we actually do something here?" You tell him, and he just looks at you, tilting his head. And although you were quite ready for an exciting night, you do know that also the chances of it happening are not very high. Not to mention he was drunk to hell, and you want him to remember what happened, what the two of you shall do. So you just sigh, watching as he quickly falls asleep. You're not weirded out by how quickly he does it. When he gets drunk, and although it was not a very frequent occurrence, he sleeps incredibly fast. It was always impressive, and always made you jealous. Regardless, you looked over his arm for a couple moments before settling to just kissing his forehead. "Good night, Rengaku, and I really hope you will remember that I'm a real Mayan in the morning." You tell him, chuckling a little bit to yourself. He was truly the sweetest, and at least now you know just how loyal he is.